Commanders still don't have a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Big deal, little deal, nothing deal.
Is it they're waiting on someone in particular? The question I ask is this. Brian Flores hadn't said he's going back to Minnesota, right?
I think there's a lot of waiting.
Nothing has been announced with that. And I think if you still feel you have a chance to get him, you wait. If he was off the table, then you have to go and get the next best one out there.
What do you think the odds are of them getting Flores? Because I don't think
the odds may be not very good at this point. But if he hadn't signed back with Minnesota just yet and extended whatever, you might have to make it look very lucrative or look better. Assistant head coach, a little bit more chatter, blah, you know what I mean? It's a chance.
It's obviously not a zero chance. Like, he interviewed here. Yeah. He interviewed here. Kevin O'Connell seemed confident, and he was like, we want him to go interview for head coaching jobs. If he gets one, wish him luck. If not, we want him back. We're confident he'll be back. I think overwhelmingly he ends up back there, but the door's not closed. Mm-hmm. The door that is closed is Jeff Ulbrich, who a lot of people kind of thought was the leading candidate to get that job.
But they never let him talk to nobody.
They never let him talk to anybody.
So I don't know why people thought he was a leading candidate when he wasn't available to talk to him.
Once it became obvious he wasn't available, it kind of changed. Mm-hmm. If you can't get Flores and you're not getting Ulbrich,
he just got to get control of his son, though.
Who?
Ulbrich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was yes. That next tier, Gannon, you weren't wild about. I mean, the time in Arizona, the defenses were bad. The defenses in Philly were really good. Is that a talent thing? Is that a coaching thing?
Could be.
Raheem Morris just got blown out.
But let's just say this. Whoever comes in as a defensive coordinator, I think Dan, with the way he took over and he got got better play out of these guys, is going to have his hands on it.
You've also got Denard Wilson interviewed for the Commanders' defensive coordinator job. He's a Terp. He went to DeMatha. Mm-hmm. He's been all over the NFL as an assistant coach. Joe Cullen, Chiefs D-line coach. Do you know him?
Cullen? Joe.
I didn't know if maybe he was in Philly with you guys.
Nah.
He
had Juan Castillo.
Oh, yeah. Remember Juan? He was here. Like, I think so far, I think we're headed to a finish line where it's underwhelming.
But, this is the thing about it, though, man. I don't want them to rush nothing. I want them to get somebody. Yes, I would have loved to have all that stuff solidified right now. But I don't want them to just have to rush and get nobody. You want to take your time with it. And if you can't get the guy you want, then you really have to dissect these other guys to make sure you got somebody that will kind of be the next person to fit what you want.
For sure. I am not worried about the timeline with the defensive coordinator hire. Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about that. Because I think so many people out there are waiting to see what happens with the head coaching hires. Mm-hmm. And, take Atlanta, for instance. Stefanski took the job and kept Ulbrich. Mm-hmm. But it's possible he could have fired him. It's possible some guys will get new head coaching jobs and blow out staffs, and new people will become available. Mm-hmm. I'd almost say it's likely that there's more shifting to come, right?
Definitely.
But I do think, I really like Patrick Graham. We've talked about that. I thought the defenses with the Giants when he was running that was really good. But I think generally fans, if you get to a Jonathan Gannon, Patrick Graham kind of hire, I think the response is going to be pretty, I don't know about negative, but underwhelming.
The thing of it, man, I'm not worrying about the response of the fan. I'm worrying about the production on the field. So we have lost our minds over people getting hired or getting drafted. And in a year we were booing them and dogging them. So let's get somebody that's going to make sure that we have production on the football field. That's what I'm concerned about.
Sure. Obviously. Now, I've heard this. Somebody called in unprompted. Jerry, is that you? Jerry in Gaithersburg?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
How y'all doing?
We're
What's
good,
up, man?
dude.
How you doing, brother?
All right. Hey, BMitch, I love your and Doc's passion for the Skins. And JP, your Big Ear show is great.
Thanks, dude.
That podcast thing, that's wonderful. Here's what I haven't heard. I haven't heard anybody talk about this dog for a defensive coach. Gregg, Gregg, Gregg Williams, he's the man. He was on the John Kahn program podcast yesterday. That guy, his knowledge is unbelievable. He can attack. He knows what to do to fix these Commanders. But I haven't heard anybody mention his name. What do y'all think?
I think a few things. Gregg Williams
You know what
hasn't
he's doing
been.
right now?
He's at
caretaking
Tennessee
for
State,
his
right?
daddy and his mama. He wants to work.
I'm sure he wants to work. This, sir, Jerry, this is Ashburn syndrome, dog. This is like, we know this dude exists. We've heard of him. We want him, right? It's like everybody that calls in and says BMitch should be the special teams coach. Like, it's like there's a big, wide universe across the NFL. And it's not just dudes that have been here. Now, that said about Gregg Williams, he has run really good defenses in the past.
Yep.
He also, I don't know, this is a factor. He's almost 70. He's 67.
He's up to date.
He's been out of
talking to all
football.
these coaches and owners.
I think he's been out of the NFL for 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
I think he was most recently coaching the DC Defenders, honestly.
Yeah, that's the last time I saw him.
But listen to the John Kahn report on him, with him. He's talking to all these people in the NFL today, and he's talking about what type of defensive coaches, the fellow there from that got blackballed, where he got that lawsuit. He said that guy's a great
Flores.
defensive coach. Yeah. Man, you got to listen to this guy. Well, I'm sure you know everything about it more than I do. But that guy, I've been thinking about him for a couple weeks.
All right, so that's
anyway.
one vote, Gregg Williams. Appreciate the call, Jerry.
All right.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
You think Kime planted Jerry to call in and hype up his podcast?
You kind of wonder, though, like he had been in the league for 5-6 years or so. Somebody not liking something. Something going on.
Right. Because there's no question he can coach. He's done it. I think he has a very hard charging style. I don't know. I don't think that's the hire that's happening, do you?
No, I don't think so.
But I've heard and seen that online. I'm curious who fans want. I think overwhelmingly they want Flores.
Right, so.
I don't think they're going to.
But see, like the one thing I always try and say, I know what we put in our heads and what we want, but the other person on the other side, they have a decision too, and they normally make the decision of where they want to go. So, if Brian Flores wants to come here, I can see it happening. If he doesn't want, he's just saying, "Well, I'm gonna do is just get a little more money from Minnesota." I can see that happening.